Hey guys, it's Evocative. In this video, I'm going to elucidate how the new Little Prince champion can be utilized inside the 2.6 Hog cycle, and if it's true that this is the best Hog cycle we've ever seen. Did the Little Prince really change the 2.6 Hog cycle forever? And I'll discuss everything about the new champion's advantages, disadvantages, and techniques. So first, the 2.6 Hog cycle has been the top deck in Clash Royale for several years, but almost everyone has deep contempt for it, since the deck has unlimited versatility and can be used to beat any other deck by playing the cards the same way every time. Nevertheless, this video is going to be very important, so I won't waste your time. The Little Prince can supersede the role of the Musketeer in the 2.6 Hog cycle. The Little Prince is only 3 elixir, while the Musketeer is 4, and hence the total cost of the deck is lightened by 1 elixir, which creates the 2.5 Hog cycle. Surprisingly, the stats of these two cards are homogeneous, although the Little Prince is more effective, because it possesses a powerful ability and is still more cost efficient, being an entire elixir less than the Musketeer. However, the most important advantage I will share later, so you won't want to miss a thing. First, we need to go over what the Little Prince's ability actually is. It's an interesting 3 elixir ability that spawns the Guardian, and its stats are synonymous with the Knight. Although, if this was all, the ability would be really uneventful. Luckily, Supercell wouldn't let this happen, so when the Guardian spawns, it aggressively knocks back any troop forward 2 tiles, including but not limited to the Mega Knights, even while it's in midair. To make things even better, it also does splash damage, so without the knockback, the width and impact of the Guardian's charge is indistinguishable from the log. It's important to note that the most common misconception about the 2.6 Hog cycle is that it can be countered by the Splash Yard deck. However, whether or not that is true, adding the Little Prince with its Guardian ability to the deck renders the Splash Yard completely obsolete and sends it back to the Gold Rush in 1848, especially because there's no advantage of using the Fireball on merely a 3 elixir card, because that would be a terrible negative elixir trade. But we haven't even touched the surface. There's another fantastic reason that favors the Little Prince in this deck. When champions first came out, players were informed by Supercell that there could be only 1 champion played at a time, and it would need to be killed before it could cycle again. This means players using the Little Prince will temporarily have a 7-card deck until the champion is defeated, which will drastically improve the cycling efficiency of the 2.6 Hog cycle, which only operates as an 8-card deck normally because it doesn't occupy a champion. To learn more about the champions and what to look out for, be sure to check out my previous video linked in the pinned comment below. Despite the powerful potential of the Little Prince's capability, the Musketeer is still an excellent card in this deck. Players enjoy the Musketeer in the 2.6 Hog cycle because it does reliable and consistent damage. Technically, the Musketeer is considered a tactical investment because it is usually played in the bottom of the arena, a really effective placement for allowing elixir to compound, initiating a large push, or cycling quicker to other cards like the Cannon or the Hog Rider usually. Most importantly, the Musketeer is the only troop in the deck that executes high damage toward air troops. Therefore, we should discuss the unreliability of the Little Prince in comparison, which may make the Musketeer a more viable and preferred option by most players. 3 seconds are required for the Little Prince to achieve his max attack speed. During these 3 seconds, attack speed is transposed from 3 disparate stages. The slow stage offers an attack speed of 1.2 seconds. This is also the base form of the Little Prince that it is in while moving or first spawned. However, in this form, the Little Prince only does 91 damage per second, which is far less than even the Ice Spirit, while the medium stage offers an attack speed of 0.6 seconds. And this is only a transitional stage, which is why it takes 3 seconds in total for the Little Prince's attack speed to reach the maximum. The only one that you need is the fast stage, which has an attack speed of 0.4 seconds. The requirements are that the Little Prince cannot be moving for the stage to be activated. This attack speed is more than 2 times faster than the Knight evolution, while in this stage, the Little Prince will easily do a lot more damage per second than the Musketeer. But here's why that might not always work. The Little Prince is still a champion, and champions don't have a good history of not stop being absolutely decimated by balance changes. For instance, a popular champion released a year ago called the Monk gained an additional elixir, and it still continued to get nerfed, while leaving its usage and popularity behind. Besides, in September, none of the top 10 best players used a champion, and less than 10% of all players globally even used a champion at all, so the Little Prince may be heavily nerfed to oblivion and terribly outdated in the future metas. When that happens, the usage rate will inevitably plummet, and you will definitely not be using it either, because the 2.5 Hog cycle is definitely good right now, but like most meta decks, it will not work forever. If you're interested, check out this video next.